Okay, this is the test corrections for the inequalities and function test. Remember, you're writing down, working out the ones that you got wrong, and then you have to do that reflection. The directions are in the classroom, exactly what you have to do. You also need to make sure your homework from Math Excel 1-6 is done. Okay, so number 1, the solution set. So basically everything here just means we are going to solve. Okay, so we're going to solve it the same way we solve equations. We're just going to get all the variables on one side, all the numbers on the other side, and we're going to start that by simplifying. Make this a little bit bigger here. So the first thing you have to do is distribute your 4. 4 times x is 4x. 4 times 3 is 12, greater than or equal to 5x minus 6. So I can still kind of put this line here if I need to. And so I'm going to try to get all the variables on one side and all the numbers on the other side. Okay, so if we start with the constants. Okay, so our goal still is to get all the letters on one side, all the numbers on the other side, which I may have said, but I had to stop because someone was in the room. Okay, so we'll start here. I'm going to subtract 12. That's usually where most of y'all start. Okay, so then I get 4x. I'm going to just put a plus 0 here for now. Greater than or equal to 5x, and that's negative 18. Okay, so now I have 4x greater than or equal to 5x minus 18. Now, since I have over here on this side, here, a letter and a number, but over here, I only have a letter, I'm going to move my variable term so that it's on the left. Okay, so minus 5x minus 5x. That is going to give me negative x greater than or equal to 0 minus 18, which gives me negative x greater than or equal to negative 18. But that's negative x. So if I want positive x, I can divide everything by negative 1. Think about it that way. And when you divide by negative, you have to flip the inequality sign. Or I'm going to flip this. Remember algebra tiles? We just flip them over. So if I flip that to positive, I have to flip everything else. So the answer is x is less than or equal to 18. So you're going to put 18 on your number line. You're going to color it in because it's equal to, and you're going to shade in the less than direction, so to speak. All right, let's look at number 2. I think I'm probably going to run out of room, but let's get started. Start by distributing. So I get 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times negative k is negative 5k. Negative 7 times 7 is negative 49. Negative 7 times k is negative 7k, less than or equal to negative k. Okay, I'm going to write that on another page because it's number line. For number 2, I'll do it in like green. So I just put a number here, doesn't matter where, negative 4, it's greater than or equal to, so I shade it in and I shade to the greater than side. Okay, number 3. Again, I have distribution over here, I start there. Okay, then I write down my problem. 3 times 3 is 9. Lots of people told me 6. All right, minus 12. So now I have letters and numbers. So I'm going to start by subtracting 6, I guess, from both sides. That leaves me with 3.9n plus 0 less than 9n minus 18. Okay, so 3.9n less than 9n minus 18. So now, since I have a number over there on the right, I must want my letters on the left. So when you subtract 9, remember decimals, or, grab your calculator would be fine too. That's going to give you negative 5.1. 0 minus 18, which gives you negative 5.1 is less than negative 18. N, that is. Okay, and then the last step is division, and I did by hand, but you have calculators. So you should get something like N is greater than, whatever, 18 divided by 5.1 is like about 3.5 something or another. Okay, so I divided by negative, so I had to flip the sign around. Okay, so on your number line, oops, 3.5, open circle because it's not equal to, and then to the right because it's greater. Oops. All right, number 5. Trying to figure out where I can do this. I guess I'll just do it here. So 4x plus 10 less than or equal to 5x plus 55. Okay, so most of you will start by getting rid of the constant. So minus 10, minus 10. Okay, and then if that's what you do there, then you got to get rid of the letter from this side. And you end up getting 4x minus 5x is negative x. Oops. Negative x. Less than or equal to 45. So now I need positive x. So again, I'm going to flip everything around. So it's x is greater than or equal to negative 45. So negative 45, greater than or equal to is colored in, and it's greater than. Okay. Okay, and now the last one. What I really wanted to know is, would you tell her it's all real numbers or no solution? Okay, so this is fine. She did this fine. Is that a true statement? Is 1 greater than negative 6? Why? Yes, it is. So since it's a true statement, that means everything will work, so all real numbers. If you're not sure, pick a couple numbers for m. Let's try 1. 1 plus 1 greater than 1 minus 6. Is 2 greater than negative 5? Yes, so that one works. So how about 2? 2 plus 1 greater than 2 minus 6. That's 3. 2 minus 6 is negative 4. That's also true. So that is a clue if you're not sure. That has to be all real numbers because you have 2 different numbers that work. All right, so let's go on to, it is going to get really crowded. Minus 49 minus, yep, 7k, less than or equal to negative. Okay. Alrighty, so the first thing I see is I have like terms. So I'm going to put those together. You don't have to, but it's a lot easier to keep track of what you're doing if you do that. And then I also have this 5 and this negative 49 that I'm going to put together. So negative 5k and negative 7k give me negative 12k. And 5 minus 49 is negative 44. And just write down the rest of that. So I'm going to take my k's from this side here and put them over here. Just, I don't know, just because that seems like the thing to do, I guess, at the time. Okay, because I already have a number over here, so I'm going to leave that go. And if you don't, oops, That looks like an R. If you don't like the K's, make them X's. It doesn't really matter. All right, so that gives me 0 minus 44 less than or equal to 11K. So negative 44 is less than or equal to 11K. So I get rid of the coefficient by division. And that gives me negative 4 less than, or, oh, not even. Oh yeah, it's a positive. So sorry. Negative 44 less than, oh my goodness. Try again. Negative 44 divided by 11 is negative 4. I divide it by a positive, so I'm not going to switch this around. But if I want to shade it correctly, I like my variable there. If I flip my variable there, then I have to flip this around as well. Negative 4. Okay, so that's your answer. All right, let's go back and put it on the next page. There we go. Function or not. Okay, and notice I did say, all here in bold, tell why it is or isn't. So if you didn't do that, you lost half the points. Okay, this one I'm going to look at. I look at all my x values, 0, 2, 4. None of those are repeating, so I know it's a function because every x has exactly one y. Oops, forgot to get the pen. So yes, every x has only one y. Oh, jeez, I'm writing y, like W-H-Y. Hey, it has been a long day. 1y, there we go. Okay, let's look at number 2. Well, when I look at number 2, I see right here this. That means, that means that I have the point 9, negative 3, and I have 9, 3. That's the same y, or same x rather, with two different y's. So this is no. X's go to or are paired with more than one y. Like, for example, right there. Okay. It also happens with 4. You have 4 goes to negative 2 and 4 goes to 2. 1 goes to negative 1, 1 goes to 1. That can't happen. That's like in our example, you can't be born in two different states at the same time. Okay, so this one maybe was a little unclear. This is a function, okay? But if you told me no because of the vertical line test and you found 2 points that look right on top of one another, I gave you credit for it. But this really is, this curves. So it's not, it doesn't go straight up and down like that. It's a curve, so it really is a function. Okay, so it would pass a vertical line test, where we could say each x has one y. Okay, number 4, I'm going to look at my x values again. 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 3, 5. Those are all different. So that means no x repeats with a different y. So this is yes. So no x repeats with a different y. All right, and then this one. We talked about this in class when we talked about the area of a triangle. So this is saying the volume of the sphere is 4/3, so I multiply 4/3 pi together, and then I take the radius and take it to the third power. So no matter what I put in here for radius, if I put a 2 in, I'm going to get the same answer every time. You can't have like 4/3 pi times 2 be different the next time you do it. I mean, it is what it is. You're multiplying by 4/3, you're multiplying by 5, you're taking it to the third power. So this is yes, because each x will have one y. So if we look at the context of a problem, the input is going to be the radius. Each radius will have just one volume.